Hello, Internet friends, and welcome to my Legion Summit interview with James Waugh, who is part of the story development team at Blizzard. I got to sit down with Mitch Dostine from Curse Entertainment, and we asked James a whole bunch of questions. He couldn't answer all of them, but we got some good ones. So enjoy the rest of the recording here. It is audio only. But again, thank you all for listening, and I will see you in the next Legion coverage video recording thing. All right, so you ready to start this up?
Yeah, absolutely. So my first question is, out of all of the character development that is happening within Legion, which story do you think lore enthusiasts are going to be surprised by the most?
Anduin.
Why for?
I think I can't spoil too much.
Yeah.
But I think what we're going to see from Anduin is a big leap in his development. I think we're going to see a young prince have to step up and make decisions that he hasn't been forced to before. And I think Anduin's been looked at as a very pacifist character over the years, and he has. I mean, he's always looking for peace between the Horde and the Alliance, and I think as he gets older and he steps into the real issues that he's about to face, it's not always so easy, and I think he'll come to understand his father's more aggressive approach a little bit more. And I think that there's a lot of nuance and a lot of there's a lot coming to a head with the character, and it's a character we really want to build out. And I think you'll see a pretty cool character emerge.
That's actually pretty funny. That was one of my questions too, because we had like the little Velen teaser forever ago out leading like the whole army of light against the darkness and whatever. And I was wondering if that's going to be, is he going to say like just like a priest, or is it going to change anything else, or is it just going to be the king in the sidelines, or like how is that prophecy going to fulfill? And I guess you've
Yes, he has a big role to play in the future of World of Warcraft.
Okay. And we can't see your face. We can see your face. We're sitting here recording this right now. With the audio, people don't. Yeah. James was like, yeah.
Evil smirk.
Yes, that was definitely an evil smirk. Absolutely.
All right. So we haven't seen a lot of Illidan so far in the beta. Will we be waiting to see more of him until a later content patch?
Most likely. I mean,
Just later in a content patch, then he's not.
Yeah, that's a soft yes. I mean,
that's a
maybe.
soft yes.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, the game's in development, so
Sure.
And I haven't sunk up with Alex about this in a while. I kind of know the overarching story of it, so I'm, most likely.
Yeah, because he's the poster child, and that was actually a follow-up that I had for another question too. Is that he's like so in the story right now, but and we have the new season coming out, like the new Betrayer stuff. So I was curious if there was going to be more with him later on, which I assume would probably be patched, because we don't have, after we get off this Tomb of Sargeras island, that's where we don't go there anymore. So.
Well, I mean, whether Illidan factors greatly into the entire expansion, no matter what. And I think his story kind of hovers over Warcraft in general in a pretty major way, and a lot of the thrust behind the events that you will be playing have to do with Illidan. So, obviously, I think there will be a lot of Illidan at a certain point.
This might be a little bit of a deeper question then, and we just brought out the Legion really well, is that so is the Legion working together with the old gods? And in a way that, like, how does that connect with Sargeras? And then the Legion wanting to destroy all life to prevent the Void Lords from conquering it, because now we actually have the Void. Yeah, but maybe.
Good man.
So
I don't want to actually give any definites on that. I mean, I think they are actually tethered to something bigger and darker.
Bigger and darker than literally the Lords of the Void. The reaction is really good.
We'll see.
I like it.
We shall see.
Okay, that's fair.
But right, I mean, the Sargeras had a point. I mean, he sees infestation and corruption throughout the universe.
Right.
And it's not like he's definitely fallen in a way to a wrong approach. But there are issues in the universe, and his approach is to eradicate it all, right? So he's not exactly aligned with those issues.
No, not at all. All right, Mitch.
So this is more of a general question, but you experience a lot of story whilst leveling, but not as much when you're at max level. The Garrison campaign helped a little bit with it, but there are other plans to tell more story at max level outside of the Order Hall campaign, or is that the main storytelling method?
Right, I'm the wrong guy.
Oh,
That's
I knew.
Alex.
I knew. I was like, damn it, it was just gonna ding. All right. Oh man, this is gonna be late. Let's do it quick. So the storytelling has gone from the player being one of many adventurers to being a well-known hero to being a general to being the leader of the entire class order. Likewise, the threats have gone from local to national to world-ending. Right. And now we're facing down beings that threaten the entire, like the multiverse.
Yeah.
Is it possible to take a step back from that, or is how like storytelling's just got to continue at this point?
Right. Well, I think all the doors are open. In all honesty, like I think there are ways to take a step back if we wanted to, but I think we're in a place with the cycle of the game that we're kind of in a place where we're facing really dark, big threats. Right. So. Will we be able to take a step back and to go into smaller stories? Yeah, definitely. I think
Troll raid.
yeah, strong possibility. But are there bigger things in the universe that need to be stopped, in the multiverse that need to be stopped? And could anybody but the heroes of Azeroth do it? No, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think those are the stories we have to build to at a certain point. This has been a big serialized story over many expansions and many books and many games. Yeah. That's just the nature of I think serialized storytelling is there has to be a bigger threat. There has to be something there, and I think Chris and Alex have plotted out something pretty interesting. Mm-hmm. So it will get much bigger, but I don't think that precludes us from still dealing with the kind of more terrestrial issues of Azeroth.
I mean, back in our own planet fighting now, I think it's a lot more endearing, I think, to the community overall, and that it's a threat that we can see tangibly. I mean, obviously, Warlords led to this, right. But now we're back on home turf, right? We're on a different planet, a different timeline. We are, Stormwind is real. It's right here, that kind of, yeah.
And truly threatened,
A little bit.
Fighting for your home.
Little Game of Thronesy in the beginning of Legion here, with like losing heroes and whatnot. So.
It's true.
So here, what we talked about, you're bringing back to original Azeroth. Then how about maybe clarification, if you know or not, about... So Medan exists. What?
I'm kidding. Medan questions?
Well, it's... So Khadgar has a Tish. We know this.
He does.
And as the player base understands, he's the Guardian right now.
Medan is a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Well, because we've only thought he's like retconned out of the main game lore, so...
He's not retconned.
So...
He's not necessarily retconned. He's out. He's out adventuring.
Okay.
Doing things
in
the universe. Big, important things that will one day come to fruition.
Just not...
He's just not around right now, really.
Okay.
Khadgar's the Guardian. I haven't heard about Medan in so long.
Yeah, right. Well, neither have we. That's why I was curious.
He exists.
Yeah.
It gets brought up, actually, more than I'm letting on.
Really?
So, yeah.
So is the game going to reflect like something official that Khadgar is the new big cheese, or?
Oh, Khadgar? You'd have to talk to Alex. Honestly, I'm not sure, but there's going to be a lot of Khadgar in the expansion.
Right. Oh, yeah. Fair enough. Okay, it's a question to ask. All right, Mitch, what you got?
Lots of people want to know what is going on with Khadgar and if we'll see him in Legion.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, see,
Back I haven't heard in a long time.
Khadgar.
Yeah.
No, Khadgar. I wish I could answer these. That's totally an Alex question. Like, that'd be cool.
Where's Alex? Where's Alex?
Let's go get Alex. Get that guy. That's cool. Wow, Khadgar. That takes me back. Takes me back to Knack days. That's kind of awesome.
It's an old story.
Old school. Yeah, but it's a great story. There's good stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, I have no idea. I hope so. Is my answer. I hope so. As a fan, as much as I am a player and a developer, I hope so.
Right. So I guess a deeper question you might not know then is that with the Emerald Nightmare being part of the start of Legion, with Xavius and all that stuff, with the dragons and Malfurion and Cenarius, there's no Freya anywhere. She made the Emerald Dream, so people were wondering if Freya is just... Her story isn't part to be told here, or is she going to be part of something? Do you know?
Dude, I feel horrible. That's another Alex question. Like honestly, I've been buried in Overwatch for the last 6 months, 7 months, and the development phase has been going for a while.
Right.
Working very fast, and a lot has changed. So I kind of feel like Alex is the guy, as the creative director.
Sure.
The way I would usually plug in is once Alex has his story figured out and there's other media around it, I'll come in, or if he needs somebody to jam with on ideas, that's usually how I interface.
That works. Yeah.
So
I wasn't sure if you knew the story was going to be developing more than that, because all these characters kind of come in these points.
they do.
So
Yeah, but it's very organic. It's consistently evolving, you know. So, and this one in particular, I've just been really focused on the movie and Overwatch.
Sure.
Except from the high level, working on like the comics or like the Illidan book was a big thing. I touched a lot just because we were cleaning up a lot of what was happening on Burning Crusade and making it very clear. Where historically it hasn't been, I think.
True.
So,
Okay, I guess this is kind of goes into this. With all the characters being killed off, are we going to see any new characters specifically being beginning to establish themselves?
new characters, like characters out of the blue, or because what you will see is, I mean, anytime you deal with those deaths, there's going to be a new world order.
Yes.
I think you're going to see a lot of changes in the characters you know and are comfortable with already, and some of them will be put in positions that you probably never assumed that they would be put in.
Right.
As far as new characters, I'm not sure, but as far as like where we're going with like the big franchise characters, I'm in those meetings, and there's some pretty cool stuff ahead. So
That was his face which me asked about Illidan. That's the face.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Knowing
It's that
face.
evil,
Yeah.
evil face again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was awesome. I think that was going to wrap it up for us again. Thank you so much, James. For
My
your
pleasure.
Time.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Cool. Thank you.